Well, welcome back to the Everyday Runway. This is Nicole Wilkins. Today I want to talk to you about the 3 lessons I've learned while creating my home studio. I came up with this idea June 2017, and on Monday or Tuesday it will be May 2018. That is 11 months, so almost a full year, which is a really long time. And now I know that I'm very deliberate in my actions, and so I can take a long time completing tasks, but never this long. So I was wondering, why has this taken such a long amount of time to complete? And so I thought about it, and I've come up with 3 valuable lessons that I've learned during this process. So the first thing I would say is be decisive. I'm a creative person, and so when I was coming up with how I wanted this entire room to be laid out, I did it not once or twice, I did it more than 5 times, and it became like, okay, it was overwhelming, and enough was enough. Like, Nicole, decide on one thing, right? And I really feel like that process of restarting over and over again really, like, especially when I had all of my materials together, it prevented me from moving forward. It was really frustrating. So finally I just picked one and I went with it, and then I ended up loving it. So I would say, be creative, honor your creativity, but also be decisive. 2, do-it-yourself projects are not always easy. I would actually say that they're probably never easy. I have these beautiful cabinets that were my mom's when she was a kid from the 60s, and they sat in my garage for the better part of like 5 years. They were collecting dust and scratches and dings, and when we were converting our dining room into the home studio, I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to bring them inside and refinish them. So I tried hand sanding them, and I had the small little hand sander that I would use, and after like 5-10 minutes of using it, my hand would feel like an empty tin can, which was like vibrating, and it wasn't painful, but it was annoying, and I don't want to do it. So I tried chemically stripping. A nightmare. I watched YouTube videos, and it looked like it was going to be so easy. They would leave this orange like layer of this like citrusy smelling stuff on it, and then like 30 minutes later it would like just come right off. Well, not for me. It was like nothing was coming off. Like some would, some wouldn't, and then I started to really worry that I was going to damage the wood. So I stopped doing that, and I reached out to a professional restorer, and I sent him pictures of my fail, and he said that he would do it for me, but it would cost about $300 to $400 per cabinet, and I have 3. So that was like $900 to $1,200 to refinish these cabinets, and if I wanted to spend that much money, I would have just bought new cabinets, and I didn't want to do that. So I'm a bit of a feminist, and if I can do something myself, I will, but I buckled, and I asked my husband to do it. I know, ladies, I know. And the last, most important, number 3 lesson that I learned is a budget. So when you think of a budget, you always think of a financial, and so that's part of it, but really a time budget. I work a full-time job, I have my blog, I volunteer on 2 different boards, and then I'm a wife and I'm a mother, and I really didn't take into account how long converting the space would take. And so I really feel like that is the main reason why this has taken so long. And then on top of that was the financial part of it. Although I didn't spend a whole lot of money on the cabinets or the shelving, there is a lighting kit that you can't see. There's this desk and this beautiful chair. All of those things cost money, and although they're not a huge cost, we didn't have it in our budget. So I know that if I had sat down at the beginning of June 2017 and really put a timeline and set goals for when I wanted to complete something and when I could afford to complete it, I believe I could have gotten this done before the end of the year last year. So, you live and you learn, and that's what I'd like to ask from you. Have you completed a project and it's taken a lot longer than you'd expected? Are you currently in the middle of a project that you can't finish? And can you share your tips? What have you learned from the process? How do you finish your goals in a timely manner? I'd love to know, so please leave a comment below. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and I'd love for you to subscribe while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next time, don't forget to rock your everyday runway.